Oh man, I don't think y'all taking it seriously. I keep saying over and over and over, the chosen one, they hate the chosen one. They hate the starseed because ye are not of this world. People, you got to understand, people are going to hate you simply because you are not of the world. You not like everybody else. You are very bizarre. You are very different. You choose to do things differently from what everybody else is doing it. You're not a follower. You're a leader. And people are going to hate you for having a vision. People are going to hate you for having dreams. What, you thought this was a game? You thought that everybody was going to be on your side and you was going to have a whole bunch of friends and you was going to live happily ever after? Where they do that at? Listen. Stay tuned to this whole video because this video is actually sad. And rest in peace to Gabby Petito. I saw the video and I was heartbroken because I could see straight through the whole situation. And I'm about to explain to you the situation of what happened, in my opinion. All right, so stay tuned through this whole entire video. And I'm pretty sure what I'm about to tell you, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to say the same thing if you saw the video just like I did. All right. But anyway, first things first, I totally believe at this point that this was a sacrifice. Right. And I say that because, you know, Gabby Petito, she was another starseed. She was a person who wanted better for her life. She wanted better for herself. I don't know what her past was like, but I can tell, I can read between the lines of when she was talking to the police officers that she just wanted a better life. All right. Now, the story went like this. You know, Gabby was an entrepreneur. All right. I don't know what the hell Brian did, but it wasn't nothing compared to what Gabby was trying to do. All right. She was just another young girl, 21 years old. She quit her job like most of you trying to do, or like some of you have already done. She quit her job to pursue her dream. She had a juice bar. All right. She wanted people to be healthy. And then on top of that, she wanted to start her own blog. So she and her boyfriend was traveling and living in a van, and they got pulled over in Moab, Utah, because somebody reported that they was fighting or something like that. And so the police actually caught her with the van that they was in, that was traveling in. And so when the police actually got up to the passenger window, which Gabby was sitting in because her boyfriend was driving, you could literally see that they were having a verbal argument through the window. You could hear her still talking and fussing with him and crying and looking at the police officer at the same time. So when the police officer actually tells Gabby to get out the car and he puts the car keys on the front windshield wiper, she gets out the car and she's sobbing, she's crying. And, you know, I didn't think nothing about it at first. I just thought it was, you know, let's see what happens. And so the more that I began to analyze Gabby and, you know, her posture and her behavior, and I was, you know, studying the way she was crying, I started to put the pieces together. All right. Based on her jewelry that she was wearing, you know, the bracelets that she was wearing, her rings had stones on them, her earrings, she wore stone earrings with crystals and things of that nature. And she began to tell her part of the story to the police officer, and I could just see she was so vulnerable. She was actually humiliated to be pulled over. And at the time, I don't know what they were arguing about in the car, but at the time, she was hyperventilating because she told the police officers that she had really bad anxiety. But she was simply telling the police officers, hey, look, I don't mean to be this way. She wanted to tell on him so bad. All right. But luckily, she loved him enough to not tell on him for him to go to jail. Because I'm pretty sure at somewhere in the point he put his hands on her. All right. And so she's telling her story and just telling how she wanted to start a blog. She got a juice bar and she just, you know, want to do better. And you can just see that she was fed up. She had reached her climax. She went off the edge and just had a temper tantrum because she had anxiety, Who knows what this guy had been doing to her, and the narcissistic behavior that he's been doing to her this whole time. Who knows what's been going on in a relationship outside of their social media page. If you ask me, she was in the wrong situation at the wrong time. A dreamer hanging with a loser. See, I keep telling y'all over and over and over, if you got a dream, if you got a vision, if you got a purpose, you cannot get into relationships with these people, these Decepticons, especially if they don't have nothing going for themselves. No matter how much passion they give you in the bed, no matter how much they say that they love you, no matter what they say they're going to do for you and all the things that they can provide for you, where there is no vision, people perish. If you are the one that has the vision in a relationship, eventually your specific person, your second half, husband, whoever, they will crack. They will begin to go against you. They will ghost you. They demons will come out, and they will not like the fact that you have something going for yourself and they don't. It will make people insecure about you. Fellas, there are many women out here who are looking for love, and they are looking for you, a chosen one. All right, somebody who got the full package. But I can guarantee you, once you get with this chick and she has nothing going for herself other than some big boobs and a booty and a banging Instagram page because she's pretty, I can guarantee you she's gonna grow to hate you. Okay? The tide is going to turn, folks, when people find out that you are the chosen one and you are going places in life, because they start to feel like you are better than them. They will start to feel like you're trying to do it without them. And that's just the demons inside of them that's rising up against you to try to pull you back. And in this situation with Gabby, I believe that Brian was trying to hold her back. He was trying to pull her down. Why? Because after they talked to Gabby and she was in the back of the police car, and then they finally got Brian out to talk to him, I started to do the same thing with him. I started to analyze, study him without judgment. But the more he began to talk, the more I began to sense that he was nervous, for one. He was nervous. You could tell that he was hiding something by the way he was moving his fingers, by his body language. You all know, chosen ones, you're very smart. You can read people. Half of y'all are into psychology anyway. You know, the way his neck was turning, the way he said, hey, can I have some shade? Because them demons was coming out. You know what I mean? Them demons was coming out of him, and it was hard for him to hide it. Now, according to the police, he did a good job to hide it, because these Decepticons couldn't even detect that he was guilty. They couldn't even pick up on that he was doing reverse psychology and that he was lying about the whole situation and not telling the truth. The police officers should be held responsible for this, because Gabby Petito was begging for her life in that moment. She just was so young. You know, she was just so young and so inexperienced when it comes to, you know, dealing with toxicity inside of relationships, that she wasn't even in her right state of mind when she was telling the police what was happening. She wasn't even there. But I could sense that her spirit was being tormented by whatever has been happening to her all this time through this guy, Brian. And so what happens? The police write it off. Oh, it's nothing. Just typical couple, typical argument. Oh, me and my wife, we go through that too. It's okay, Brian. And they give him a joyride to who knows where, maybe McDonald's, or they give him a joyride to a hotel, and they leave her back with the van. Where they do that at? To me, this seems like it was a sacrifice. Because how in the hell is they going to be out in the swamp now, you know, where they travel to the Florida or whatever? How the hell they going to be out in the swamp and they found her, but they didn't find him? You're not even able to survive in a swamp. Nobody can survive in a swamp. Alligators, poisonous snakes, bears, polluted water, 25,000 acres of swamp. How the hell can you not find somebody in the swamp? When you got infrared drones and helicopters flying over, swamp buggies everywhere. Something ain't right about the story. But I do know this. I got the notion. I got the intuitive thought that came to me when I was watching Gabby tell her side of the story when she got out that van. And I could proudly say this girl was inexperienced when dealing with this type of stuff. She was young, but she was pleading for her life. Her spirit was broken, and I'm hurt for her because I've been there before. I've been in situations to where I've been around a Decepticon and they've made me feel uneasy with myself. You know, and they've made me feel like what I have going on is not special, it's not cool. You know, and I felt like everybody was against me. Haven't you felt that way? You know what it feels like that to have your spirit broken. You know what it feels like to be under somebody's spell, to where it's like you don't have nobody to call on. Nobody believes your dreams but you. Nobody believes in you except for your second half, or at least that's what Gabby thought. But she thought wrong. And so did the police officers. They thought wrong, and they let the whole thing go off, and they wrote it off like it wasn't even important. And come to find out, this guy's the one that's missing. Where they do that at? It's sad. And I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't understand the world that we live in, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. I'm sorry to say, but you have to be aware. You have to use the spirit of discernment to be able to detect these Decepticons. It's not hard to detect. They always show their true colors. This is a spiritual warfare going on out here. You could see the demons inside of this guy. I did. You could see the frustration and the torment that this young girl was going through. She didn't know how to handle it, didn't know how to cope with it. She was hurt. She was traumatized. She felt embarrassed to even be talking to the police officers. You could tell she was a good-hearted person. But I'm telling y'all, these Decepticons are going to try to get into relationship with y'all because they see the light in y'all. They see the light in you. And if you are so naive and you're just giving in to everybody who just say, oh my God, you look good, you're so beautiful, oh my God, come hang with me, come out, take me to dinner. If you're just giving in to people, the same thing could happen to you if you're not careful. And this don't just apply to women. This applies to guys too. Because there are men and women out there who are just as worse as this guy, Brian. They will do some foul play too. So guys, you are exempt from this either. Be careful with who you decide to date. Be careful who you decide to get in relationships with. You got to be able to understand whether or not they a friend or they foe. You got to understand whether or not they of God or they not of God. If they don't really, if you can sense and detect that they are hating on you and your vision, you need to get away fast. If you in a relationship and it's toxic right now, I'm telling you, I'm confirming it in this video, you got to get out that relationship now. Because like I told you, the more this world gets darker, the more the struggle starts to get real, the more these demons are going to come out because they can't hide anymore. They can't hide the true colors anymore. The truth is coming out about who people are. I told you, God is doing a divide. He's showing people for who they truly are. And if you hang around in a toxic relationship and you're just like, I love him, I love him, I love him, I love him, please don't be the next Gabby Petito. The signs are all around you. Get out. That's what I did in most of my relationships. Anytime I detected somebody was crazy, anytime somebody put their hands on me, I knew it was a wrap. I knew it was a wrap. Anytime we start throwing wine glasses and shit at each other, I knew it was a wrap. Anytime y'all in a restaurant and y'all throwing food on each other, it's a wrap. Anytime your specific person or your spouse, whoever you in a relationship with, anytime they yelling at you in public and they cursing you out in public, it is a wrap. It's toxic. Get out before it get too late. Because I'm telling you, the enemy is out to get you, chosen one. The enemy is out to get you. And when people are controlled by these demonic spirits, ain't no telling when the demonic spirit is going to strike. You never gonna know it. But then it's gonna be too late. So I'm telling you, if you watching this video right now, if you haven't seen that video with Gabby and Brian, where the police were questioning them or whatever, when they got out the van, go watch that video for yourself and you be the judge. All right? Because I know you're going to see what I see if you are chosen one and you have the gift of discernment. All right? So I'm going to put the link to that video in the comment section and in the description section if you want to watch that video of Gabby Petito, you know, talking to the officers and whatnot. And you be the judge. Speak up, let your voice be heard. Leave a comment below and let me think. What you think happened to Brian? All right? Some of y'all psychics out there, some of y'all foreseers into the future, let me know and everybody else know, what do you think happened in this situation? Comment below. Do not leave this video without giving your 2 cents about what you think happened. All right? And if you feel the same way I feel about the life of Gabby Petito being taken, this 21-year-old starseed who just wanted a better life, who had a juice bar, who wanted to be a blogger just like yourself, just want to change the world and make the world a better place from these Decepticons, get this video a thumbs up. All right? It's your big brother Tren, man. Y'all stay alert out here. Y'all stay vigilant. And most of all, stay to yourself. All right? Stop giving people the time of the day if they don't deserve your time. All right? If they not for you, they against you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And make sure you check out some of my other videos right here in the meantime. Much love. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.